The fact that I'm doing my internship in the Voorkamer doesn't mean I have been involving with this place that much. Actually, I came to the Voorkamer for the very first time in October 2019. I had this course in uni and I need to do some researches and I need a place to use as my field. I knew Salma for a long time, and in that time I knew that she was working here. So I thought that it's a good idea to contact her and ask her and see the possibility of using the space, the Voorkamer, for my research project. After contacting Salma, we set a date and we met. During the meeting, after my explanation about my project, my university and all other stuff, she told me that they don't want to treat the community in this way, because some of researchers are come to the Voorkamer and it's a place for doing research, and they don't want to define the community in this way. Actually, I got a little offended because I didn't consider myself as an outsider, as merely a researcher. I had this kind of refugee background and I consider myself one of them. So it was a little offending to me to not being included in that way. Salma told me that I can participate in the activities and we will see what happens, but it was not a good answer for me. I wasn't satisfied at all. Also, she told me that there is a workshop, the storytelling workshop, and if I want, I can participate in that workshop. I find that idea a very good one, because I thought that I can learn something and simultaneously I can do my research. It's a win-win situation. Then I remember that it was in October and the workshop was supposed to be in November. The format was like this, that we meet every Sunday in the afternoon, and with the help of an instructor, we gradually develop our stories. And our stories should be presented in a final event in December, in the first week of December. I remember precisely that I didn't have the slightest idea of what my story would be about. I just knew that I want to tell a story about my son, about my relationship with my son. Since my son was born, his name is Farhad, he became such a big part of my life that I can't think of anything without including him. And after a while, the topic has been chosen. It was habit. And now it became difficult for me because we had a topic and I need to find a way to tell my story within the frame of that topic. And it was difficult for me because for me, working between the frames is very difficult. I remember that I tried to find a way to tell a story about my son, my relationship with son, and my habit. My habit of being a perfectionist, my habit of being in control of everything, and how it was difficult with a baby in my life, and how it was not possible anymore, and how it makes me to feel, how I felt frustrated, I felt out of place. I felt, and it freaked me out. I wanted to tell a story about these things, and it made me to think deeper, because why was the reason I wanted to know, why was the reason that I am in this way, why I need to be in control of everything, why I need to have this overview of what is happening next. And when I give it a more thinking, and when I go to the deeper layers, I realize that I have been in this way throughout my life. It is who I am. Being a perfectionist, wanting to be in control of everything, these are my qualities, these are my characteristics, these are define myself. I realized that my tendency to be criticized, to criticize myself all of the time, to be hard with myself, to not appreciate my achievement, and not being able to be happy truly, fully. I can't remember any time that I felt happiness. And I understood that all of these things, these are just a cover. These are a cover to hide my insecurities, because I am full of insecurities inside, and I need my surrounding to be secure in order to feel secure. I remember all the time that I felt embarrassed, I felt humiliated, and being underestimated, because I wasn't good enough. I wasn't perfect. And for the first time in my life, I realized that I am not alone in this. All of my close families, my parents, my brother, my aunt, and even my husband has a part in it. And yes. I was in the state of constant trying. I wanted to achieve, and I wanted to get something, and I just jumped from one thing to another thing, and nothing was enough for me, because what I wanted really is the approval of my family. I wanted them to say that you are good, well done, and I haven't achieved that. I couldn't get that, and I just put enormous pressure on myself to get something that was beyond my ability. It was a big realization for me. All the things had clear for me, became clear for me, and it was a turning point in my life. In that time, I realized that I need to work on myself. I need to work on these things. I need to accept, to see my flaws and accept them, embrace myself, and I need to belong to myself. All of these was because I wanted, and I still want, a good and healthy relationship with my son, and I don't want to do the same mistake that the other persons, my family, had done, and I want to break this pattern, this cycle. And this was the beginning of my journey, my inner journey, and all of this happened in the Voorkamer.